roll. Ready? Hello everybody, and today I'm going to show you how to hook up a manifold gauge to an air conditioning unit. First thing we want to do is check our refrigerant and make sure that it is compatible with our gauges. Okay, so in this case, as you can see, we're using refrigerant 22, which is R22. And on my gauge, you can see there's a spot here for R22 where it meters, so we're good. We're good to go. Now I'm going to start checking out my gauges and make sure that everything's tip-top on them. I'm going to make sure that my valves are closed right on that one and right on that one. Let me laugh. Now I want to check my O-rings.
Trying to get the valves around.
Looking good.
There it is.
O-rings on the front. Looking good. Oh God, you I even want to know. Oh Jesus. This one's looking good too. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Now, after I've checked all my O-rings, I've checked to make sure that my valves are closed. I'm going to check my hoses to make sure that they're not dry rotted. And we do this by bending the hoses and seeing if we see any white. That one looks good. This one looks good too. And so does this one. Now I'm going to hook up my high side to the high side while the unit's off. You can only do that with the high side while the unit's off, and then once the unit's on, you can hook up the low side. It has to be that way, and it's also the same for disconnecting them as well. So I'm going to turn this one just a little bit, just so that refrigerant can purge it. Change. But I turned it just enough so that I can turn it back really quickly while I still have one hand on it, to minimize the amount of wasted refrigerant. Check your Schrader valves too before you put it on, and the O-rings as well on the back ones. This looks good. All right, we're good. Now I'm going to turn the device on. All right, we're going to give it a couple of minutes just to let the high side get high and the low side get low. This is John. Say hi, John. This is Justin. And this is Buddy. Look at this guy. He's a ball of joy today. And Seymour. I got you, buddy. There he is. That's the man right there. I've only had to do this video about 6 times.
That's all. But it's going to be
now
perfect.
That we've waited a couple of minutes, I'm going to hook up the low side. Now we want to do the same thing for the low side. Give it a couple of twists. It's 4 on this one. Take that sucker off the back, hook it up, keep one hand here so that you can close it as quickly as possible. Yeah. Alright, now that we're hooked up, you can see that the high side is 150 and the low side is a little bit under 50. So that means that the high side's high and the low side's low. That's the way it's supposed to be. Everything's good. Okay, now that I'm ready to disconnect, I want to loosen this one up on my yellow one to purge it a little bit whenever I open this valve.
It's the back one.
So that
It's the back one? It's the back one.
I'm going to loosen the back one. My bad. So now, whenever I open this valve, it's going to send all my refrigerant from my high side into my yellow line. I'm going to go ahead and close the shutoff valve on the high side. Open this up. Alright, you heard that? Got that good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open my low side so that the low side can suck all the refrigerant back into it. As the high side has higher pressure, the low side's going to naturally suck that into it. You see the pressure went up, now it's going back down. It's going completely down on the high side. Alright, now that I've done that, I can go ahead and disconnect my high side. Or my low side, I apologize.
Don't you got to close the valves back before you? Oh, did.
We're good to go on that now. We're going to turn the unit off and let the pressure go down. And after a few minutes, we're going to disconnect our high side. So what's up, you guys? Introduce everybody to the iPad, the class. That's them doing there. Over there too. It's a good look.
Second, third semester.
It's the teacher up there, Houston Graham.
The big man right there.
Alright, now that the device has been turned off for a few minutes, I'm going to disconnect my high side while it's off and put it back on the manifold. Alright, you guys, thanks for stopping by. That's how to hook up a manifold gauge.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.